China news. The oil company giant faces America's blacklist amid tensions in the South China Sea. A significant Chinese oil company faces being blacklisted by the United States on allegations of military integration, escalating tensions. China National Petroleum Corporation, CNOOC, the country's major oil company, is likely to be added to the list of companies owned or controlled by the Chinese military, Reuters reported. The US is also willing to add China's top chipmaker, SMIC, to a list that restricts companies' access to American investors. Earlier this month, Reuters reported that the US Department of Defense plans to add 4 more companies to the list, bringing the number of affected Chinese companies to 35. The Department of Defense, DoD, did not respond to a request for comment. CNOOC has been operating in the South China Sea, which has been a source of tension because of China's claim to drill within 200 miles of its neighbors like the Philippines and Vietnam. Executive orders are designed to prevent US investment companies, pension funds, and others from buying and selling stocks. These plans are seen as an attempt by outgoing President Donald Trump to maintain a tough stance on Beijing. Hua Chunying, China's foreign ministry spokesman, said in a news conference on Monday that the Eastern superpower is opposed to the politicization of these companies. China is determined to oppose the politicization of related Chinese companies and hope that the US side will provide a fair and non-discriminatory environment, said Ms. Hua. Chinese enterprises invest and operate in the United States. Instead of abusing this concept on national security to impose sanctions or restrictive discriminatory measures on Chinese businesses, or to erect barriers to normal exchange and cooperation between China and the United States. Chinese President Xi Jinping appeared to criticize President Trump this month after arguing about openness and trade deadlock. There will be no separation of China's supersized economy from the global system, he said. Trump has imposed tariffs of more than $360 billion on Chinese goods since becoming president. Beijing retaliated with its own $110 billion tariffs on US products. Delfin Lorenzana, the Philippine defense minister, also described the competition between Beijing and Washington in the South China Sea as a major security concern. The United States sent 2 supersonic heavy bombers into China's air defense identification zone in northeastern Taiwan this month. Mr. Lorenzana told a defense forum in Manila, if a shootout happens, the Philippines, the country in the middle of the conflict, will join whether it wants to or not. This is the crux of the security challenge in the Indo-Pacific, the brief confrontation between the US and its allies and China over the South China Sea. Robert O'Brien, US National Security Advisor, has also warned of the worldwide backlash if China uses military force against Taiwan. He said last week China threatened a legal and necessary response to a US Navy admiral visiting the island nation. Mr. O'Brien told reporters, I cannot imagine anything that would cause a more violent backlash against China from around the world than if they tried to use military force to coerce the island nation. The billion-dollar Taiwan-US arms deal is also a major cause of superpower tensions.